Do you know the best practices for implementing a remote recruitment strategy? The COVID-19 pandemic pushed many companies forward into the remote work model. Whether that's temporary or permanent for your company, it's important to know the best practices for remote recruitment. If your business needs to hire new employees, recruiting online can allow you to continue to expand and grow, even if your physical offices are closed for now. In today's video, we'll talk all about best practices that'll help you hire new employees efficiently and effectively, even if they're in a different state or country. I'm Noel. This is Jotform. Let's dive right in. Your remote recruitment hiring process will look a little different than your standard hiring process. Because of this, you'll want to outline your remote hiring process before you even post your job ad. This allows all involved staff to be aware of and understand the changes and how everything will work. You'll want to go through the following points. Identify your requirements for remote workers. Figure out what platforms you'll use when advertising jobs and conducting video interviews. And create a target timeline for the hiring process. As you develop this process, communication is your friend. Let your hiring team in on all changes and make sure that everyone is aware of their role. Your process should highlight who's responsible for identifying candidates, performing each interview, making hiring decisions, and ultimately onboarding new employees. Now you're ready to work on your job ad. A highly detailed job ad can help reduce the amount of candidate screening you'll have to do. Also, it creates an opportunity for job seekers to screen themselves before they even apply. It gives them a good sense of whether the position and your workplace could be a good fit. As you spend time developing your job description, consider these elements: whether the job is full-time or part-time, and what that schedule looks like. Whether the position will be entirely remote, or whether the new hire will be required to come into the workplace once it reopens. The desired time zone for remote candidates, any requirements for a work-from-home environment, such as access to reliable and fast internet, and a quiet space to work without interruptions. Examples of candidate experience that you're looking for, including past work and specific skills, and a detailed description of the position, its responsibilities, and who the applicant will be working with. If you're hiring for a remote position, it's still important to consider how remote workers will fit into the company culture. Develop some interview questions that'll address workplace culture as well. Once you've created your job post, you're ready to cast your net wide. Publish your job ads on social media, job boards, LinkedIn, and industry-specific talent acquisition websites or publications. Investing in the right software will either make or break a seamless remote recruitment process. Consider using software like Jotform to integrate the forms you'll need into your website. You can develop custom job application forms, interview questionnaires, or an interview schedule form. Using these forms can cut down on some of the back-and-forth communication with applicants. Plus, you'll receive the completed forms electronically, saving your staff some time on data input and record keeping. Look into candidate assessment tests, as these can make it easier to quickly identify top talent. Tools like applicant tracking systems can help ensure that qualified candidates progress through the recruiting process. Many platforms also offer video interviewing capabilities, so you can manage the entire recruiting process through one or two platforms. Tools like VidCruiter and Spark Hire offer a suite of services that are ideal for remote recruiting. The truth of remote recruiting is that it can feel unusual for candidates, especially if they haven't interviewed remotely for positions before. It's important to try and keep candidates updated and informed through each stage of the process. This means following up with applicants who won't be moving forward to the next stage. Try incorporating communication tasks into your hiring process so that candidates receive these important updates and aren't left in the dark. Like with anything new in life, exploring remote recruitment may feel strange at first. Even if you haven't previously conducted video interviews or worked with remote candidates, know that remote recruitment offers your business multiple benefits, both now and in the future. Hiring entirely remote employees increases the pool of applicants you're able to choose from. This is ideal when seeking someone with a set of specialized skills. Also, remote recruitment will likely become more widespread in the future, and there's no better time to embrace it than now. By leaning into remote recruitment and developing your new approach, you'll be prepared for whatever situations the coming months and years may bring. Let's do a quick recap. When it comes to remote recruiting, keep these steps in mind. Build your hiring process and communicate it with your hiring team. Develop job descriptions and describe your ideal candidate to help you narrow down the candidate pool and guide applicants on whether or not they're a good fit. Invest in the right software like customized job application forms, candidate assessment tests, and applicant tracking systems. Communicate frequently with applicants and embrace remote recruitment. Your company can only benefit from a flexible recruiting process and widening your applicant pool. Best of luck as you venture onwards into the remote recruiting world. I'm Noel. Thanks for watching Jotform.